There's an old saying that states that running is the greatest metaphor for life because you get out of it what you put into it. The Dayton Flyers men's and women's cross-country programs maximized their potential in 2017 thanks to an unwavering commitment to improvement on and off the course.
We know that our conference has a pretty high level of competition, and we are not people that want to settle for kind of the lower places at conference. We want to be that team that is constantly improving and constantly making a statement for Dayton that we are a force to be reckoned with.
Got everyone to buy in early, which is kind of a tall task to do sometimes. They were able to kind of get in line and get to work, and we kind of laid out our team goals and what we thought we could do. A team championship was on our mind, but it was more about what can we do to be successful, and then kind of see how other teams played it out during the race and the whole year. The kids really bought in, worked really hard, and I'm really glad that they got a nice payoff at the end of the season.
He wants us to be confident in ourselves. We should not be entering a race nervous or really hyped up emotionally. We should be just poised and confident and trust in our abilities. I think he really stresses that side of it. Definitely training. He has really elevated our workouts compared to the past 2 years that I've been here. Our workouts are a lot different, but in a good way. He definitely pushes us. He doesn't kill us, but it definitely is something that's successful for us. And just overall, he's really supportive of us. He really is welcoming in the office. He wants us all to come talk to him about our lives or any problems we might have. And I think that he's just really open and wants us all to succeed in all areas of life.
It was definitely a set of expectations that he set forth from day one. I know going into my freshman year, it was his first year of coaching, my first year of running, and he had 4 years down the road what it was going to look like through my senior year. So it was kind of trusting in his training. I know there were guys that were kind of iffy about just running in general kind of before he came on, but he got everyone on track, got everyone to trust in his plan, and it worked out.
Yet there were still doubts for both teams taking home the conference championship. That's when Coach Jason Ordway put forth a perfect racing strategy and execution plan to help both programs win the A10 title.
I looked up the course online, and it's hard to get elevation profiles or anything doing that, so really we just had to see it and kind of run it the day before. Having done that, we saw that there were a couple creek crossings, which is kind of unique. Old cross-country courses used to be like that, but nowadays they're a little bit more easy on you, so it's kind of fun to have to go to a true cross-country course like that. And it was a very hilly course, but the first probably half mile to 3/4 of a mile was kind of straight downhill. And our strategy was to kind of stay within ourselves a little bit, not take our legs out from under us too early, and then just try to power through the second half of the race. A lot of other teams didn't follow that strategy and didn't pay out so well, but our girls and guys were much more patient. We stayed within ourselves, kind of moved up, more aggressive towards the end of the race, and it really paid off for us.
It was probably the toughest course that any of us had ever run, just based on hills, because going down that hill means you had to come back up. So yeah, it was kind of trusting in our team as a whole and working through that course like we know we could. Not getting too frightened by the conditions of the hills, just knowing that we had to conserve our energy, work together, and eventually hopefully come out with a conference win. I know during the race I was working with teammates the entire time, just because the day before Coach had been telling us to conserve our energy up this very, very large hill that was in the middle of the course that we had to run twice. He said teams were going to be killing themselves up it, and we just had to kind of hold back and conserve our energy and work in different parts of the races, and that seemed to work out for all of us.
I think that we've got some of the best kids in the country in terms of hardworking, smart kids that just do things the right way. They don't always get the recognition or the respect that they have in the past, and that's kind of what's been driving us forward, having a little chip on our shoulder that like we come from the A10, which is a strong conference itself, but we want to be with those bigger teams, those kind of perennial big boys out there, you could say. But we're looking to make a little bit of a splash on there, and every year we're trying to improve a little bit, move up in the Great Lakes region so we get a little bit more exposure on that side of it. And the kids have taken that to heart, and it's something that they want, and we're recruiting at that kind of level now, we're training at that level, and we're building up to big things.